a very stressful, awesome moment last night in Major League Baseball.
The Ravine rises, ready to erupt. Through carry for Kershaw.
Got him! Got him! Gotta let it breathe. Beautiful.
You know how many Vato tears were shed last night?
Oh my God, yeah.
You know how many hard-ass Vatos were there like, I'm feeling a little emotional right now.
That's my guy.
That's my guy. Is Fernando, then Clayton Edward.
So last night,
beautiful moment.
It was cool to see his family in attendance celebrating.
bro,
so cool.
Danny, I got to give you my first observation as a Mets fan living on the West Coast, watching that Dodgers moment. Props to not only the Dodgers, but Major League Baseball, and Covino already alluded to it, letting the moment breathe. Because so many times these awesome milestones are rushed along. And I remember when the clock was first put in baseball a couple years ago, the pitch clock. Do you remember there were some players that were reunions in their hometown? And they'd be like, pitch violation, because they were so rigid about it, so anal about it. I loved it last night. There was no rushing. There was, hey, this is a guy that played for one team, 3,000 strikeouts.
Fourth to ever do that.
And the reality is that it may never happen again, because I'm thinking of the young cats like a Skeens or Scooble, and I'm like, you think they're going to be on one team their whole career? That would be unlikely.
Speaking of Skeens and some of the big dogs today,
It's going to take a lot.
It's going to take
get to
a
3,000.
lot to get there, and that might be the last time, one of the last times that we ever see that in our lifetime, making it extra special. And there's so many layers to what we saw last night, and so many things that probably ran through your brain that we're going to touch on them all throughout the day. But the first thing that I think of, aside from, man, one team, 18-plus years.
And just do the math based on how guys go, what, 5 or 6 usually now? You'd have to, I know this is simple math, but for 15 years, you'd have to average 200 strikeouts. And 200 strikeouts, not what it was in the 80s or 90s when we were growing up, because, you know, guys were throwing 350 strikeouts back in the day, the Nolan Ryans of the world. But now, the league leader every year is in the 200. So you'd have to average 200 strikeouts for 15 seasons. So 3,000 strikeouts is becoming increasingly difficult.
My first question, based on history being made in that moment, was, did he have to do it there, which made it even more intensified, more amazing, more exciting? Because
are you kidding?
Dave Roberts had said that he was going to manage differently, unconventionally, because fans were there just for that moment. Just for that moment, and it was a big moment. It was a game at home. Situations were perfect. It was all lined up. But, man, Kershaw was pushing him to the limit, approaching 100 pitches. You don't want to extend the guy. He hadn't done it in years. Was he going at again? I think absolutely not. So did he have to do it in that moment? And does everybody know the name of the guy he struck out? No, because we're all wrapped up in the, man, did you see what happened to Muncy? But, man, Kershaw and Freeman, whoa. Kershaw, dude. Kershaw struck out Vinny Capra. Vinny Capra.
Gotta go.
Got him looking,
yeah,
which was beautiful.
For his 3,000th career strikeout in the 6th inning yesterday, the 20th pitcher in MLB history to reach 3,000 strikeouts. And, again, the 4th to do it all on one team. But question one, did he have to do it there? Do you think he would have went out one more time, being that the whole crowd was there? He needed just one more. He got it the last out in the inning.
To prove how rare it is, by the way,
yeah,
over the last 10 years in Major League Baseball, Chris Sale did it twice, and your boy Garrett Cole did it one time, meaning hit 300 strikeouts. So it is like, what he's done is, you know, more remarkable when you think of it that way. To answer your question, number one, I almost felt bad because the last thing I said on our show yesterday here on Fox Sports Radio, I said, yo, Danny, wouldn't it be funny if he was stuck at 2 strikeouts?
Yeah. And I told you, don't you dare put that out there in the universe.
And Danny hits me and goes, turn on the Dodgers game, you idiot. he stuck at 2 strikeouts, and all I kept thinking was, Dave Roberts, who is a World Series champion as a player and a manager.
World Series hero with the Red Sox.
And here's a guy who gets criticized a lot for being such a big winner. He is put in such a scenario here where I'm thinking he can't pull him no matter what.
I think he had to after
50,000 people there
How far
to
do
see
you
this
extend
moment.
him? How much could you possibly extend him in that moment?
I think you had to keep going. You really
then
did.
it feels, the longer you do that, it starts feeling forced.
Yeah.
But the fans were there. I mean, I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I'm a baseball fan. I'm a fan of greatness, and everybody wants to see this happen. I had the nervous farts watching. I'm like,
Dude.
he's got to get it now, or it's not happening tonight.
It
and it
doesn't-
ruins the moment.
It doesn't matter now.
I don't think he was going out again, Rich.
It doesn't matter now because it happened. But I was actually talking to my wife, and my mother-in-law's in town for the holiday, watching the kids. I was saying, I was describing this scenario to them. I'm like, all right, so he's at home, 50,000 people while it's happening. And I said, what if he doesn't do it? My wife's like, well, would they sit him until they were back at Dodger Stadium? And I go, I wonder if they would have. Like,
I don't think so. But
No.
hold on, think about this.
Would you have skipped a start just to get him back at the stadium?
Man, I don't think so. Do you, Danny?
wouldn't
No,
think it-
that's too contrived. They wouldn't have done that.
I've never really seen it that forced before. It's very special, I agree. But imagine you're a fan and you're there on a weeknight to watch this, and you're so close, like, because you want to be part of it too. I know that's a selfish way to think. It's Kershaw's moment. But you want to be able to be that Dodger fan to say, I was there for that. But you're one strikeout away, and you weren't. So you're like, as a fan, you want it for him, you want it for you, you want it for the bragging right, to be part of history. It's all these things. He had to do it there, which made it even more incredible and more amazing, like that he actually pulled it off.
No offense to our friends and affiliate up in Milwaukee, but do you think his next start, which is likely, I'm looking at the schedule, in Milwaukee against the Brewers, is that where he wanted to do it? I mean, that's a great ballpark, great fan base, but he had to do it last night. I don't care if he hit 100 pitches. Dave Roberts had to call like the all-time like old school audible, like, yo, kid, you want to go out there? Keep going. You're not going to pull Clayton Kershaw stuck on 2
I think
strikeouts.
He was done. I think he was already pushing it at that point.
Yeah, he
approaching
already
100 pitches.
extended him an inning.
Yeah,
Dude.
he already overextended.
Dude, his kid had a dad 3,000 strikeout shirt on standby.
It had to be done then, and he did it. And again, something I'll touch on later on, it also makes you show how difficult a strikeout is when you need one, right? Because I was like, dude, come on, because it could be a pop-up, could be a ground out, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Right? Or he just keeps getting hit because you could see they started making contact, too, against him.
It was the first time I heard the Dodger crowd ever boo when somebody was put out from a grounder.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not the way we want the out.
Yeah, I know.
But that was
And hold
wild,
on.
man.
To state the obvious, and I mean that because I really want you to think about it. Think about the difference between doing it in front of 50,000 of your hometown fans where it means so much, not only to you in the city, but to every fan there.
Yeah.
Versus doing it in Milwaukee where no one really cares.
50
Like, they don't deserve that moment.
50,000 people wanted to be able to, from now on, say, I was there when Kershaw hit 3,000. He gave a gift to 50,000 fans. I mean, the electricity, the curtain call, waving and blowing kisses at his kids and family. Like you said, Vato tears were shed.
Vato tears were shed.
It was a great moment. And
Vatos in L.A. only have 96 teardrops.
I heard
and
that,
they
yeah.
wasted a bunch of them last night.
Yo,
man.
is it safe to say?
That's my guy.
That's my guy. Is it safe to say that baseball really handled it perfectly? Let me go back to that because I am okay with, hey, guy hits 50,000 yards in the NFL. They stop the game. I don't know. Peyton Manning gets to hold up the ball and do. I'm okay with those moments. I'm okay with the Ricky, rest in peace, steals his base. They take a moment so he can hold up the bag. I don't think any player is objecting to that, right? You think there's anyone you think there's anyone that's like, let's move this along?
That's what the game's about. These are special moments. These are milestones. These aren't things you see every day. So, yeah, they did the right thing by letting it breathe. Let the fans enjoy it. That's why they go to the games. And you've watched this guy's whole career pan out from when he was a young man to an older man, as a single guy to a married guy with kids, as a young, spry, handsome-looking dude to like a guy who's sort of hobbling out there trying to throw
a
like an old 37-year-old.
A feared young Cy Young Award winner to a, like, you're right, a hobbling, crafty veteran who is now, kept the zero in the L column thanks to Freddie.
Yeah, save that.
Who made that a perfect night for the Dodgers fans, right?
Perfect night. It's kind of gross that the Dodgers had such a perfect night.
Which is why it's going to be perfect when the Mets beat them in 7 in the playoffs this year.
We'll see about that.